Yes, ma'am. Actually, I am just working with the ATAL team directly, just to sort out the issue of that ATAL portal. So you can continue, please.
Sure, ma'am.
Is that okay, ma'am?
Yes. So I'll begin the session now.
Yes, ma'am. Please continue. I think Karthik sir is already there and Suman is already there. As I'm speaking to the
Sure.
ATAL team, so kindly go ahead.
All right. Good evening once again to all the participants and the guest speaker for the day. As we come close to this memorable event, let us take a moment to reflect on the knowledge, insights, and connections that we've gained over these past uh, 6 days. On behalf of the organizing committee, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed speakers for all these 6 days, participants, and the coordinators of FDP who made this event a grand success. To uh, give away a formal valedictory to start off the session, I invite Mr. Karthik, Vice Principal of St. Francis College, to take over the session. Over to you, sir.
Good evening, everybody. Hope my voice is audible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, respected Chief Guest, Suman Pandit, Young Professional ATAL Innovation Mission, Niti Agar, New Delhi. Esteemed speakers, distinguished participants, organizing team, very good evening to all of you. It is both an honor and privilege to have been asked to deliver the presidential address during this valedictory session of the ATAL Academy sponsored 6 days faculty development program on driving innovation for sustainable urban growth, smart cities, mobility, logistics, and startup ecosystem. We all know while this virtual gathering, the knowledge, enthusiasm, the commitment we all have been shared for the last 6 days is more worth of gaining the precious information. It is evident from the discussions that our collective desire of every one of us is to build smarter, more sustainable, and efficient urban landscapes. Reflecting on the last 6 days' journeys, including today, the enriching 6 day journey has come to an end today. Let's understand the abundance of knowledge and the ideas we all have been cherished and encountered. The program had provided an in depth exploration of key areas shaping the future of our cities and communities. Over the past days, we have engaged with sorry, emerging trends in smart cities where the integration of technology and urban planning can enhance the urban living through efficiency and sustainability. We have learned how mobility solutions such as electrical vehicles, autonomous transport system holds the potential to revolutionize our transport networks. We have discussed the rules of logistics in ensuring seamless and resilient supply chains, a critical component for the modern economies. And most importantly, we have explored how the startup ecosystem is driving innovation on fostering new solutions to urban challenges. One of the most valuable lessons that we all have learned during this FTP is the importance of collaboration and innovation. I am sure all the speakers must have spoken about these two words, the collaboration and the importance of innovation. The convergence of diverse minds, academics, industry leaders, government experts, and entrepreneurs is the bedrock for the successful innovation, including the institutions and the students who would like to contribute through their innovative ideas. Over these 6 days, all of us have engaged with the experts of variety of fields from India and abroad, exchanged ideas, and they were sure to work together to build a comprehensive understanding of how to approach the challenges and opportunities in urban growth. So none of this, whatever I'm mentioning, would have is possible without the consent efforts of all those who are involved in the organizing of this particular program. So first of all, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Atal Academy for sponsoring this 6 days FTP, for conceptualizing and facilitating this initiative from the St. Francis College, and all the resource persons, speakers, including our chief guest for today, Suman Pandit, whose expert insights definitely help us to take up initiative in all these further aspects. I would like to thank all the participants. I know it's not a gratitude session, but still I'm mentioning as a gratitude for all the participants for their active engagement and enthusiasm. Definitely your passion and innovation has been truly inspiring. The way in which you posted questions, the way in which you were showing up the reflections, your commitment definitely is appreciable, and I'm sure it will be a part of transformative change that all of you are witnessing for. So, in my presidential remarks, to mention the journey towards sustainable urban growth requires bold action, continuous learning, and collaboration across sectors by different set of categories of people, including us. It is up to each one of us to take the insights from these 6 days of program, apply in our work, and continue to innovate, experiment, and push boundaries to ensure the objectives are met. Thank you once again to all the participants. Your enthusiasm, your contribution is worth of attending the 6 days program. I wish each one of you a very best in your endeavors and look forward to hearing more about the impactful work that all of us will do in the coming future. So over to Dr. Pankaj and Vanda.
Thank you,
Sure.
Karthik sir.
Yes. All right. So, Vanda, I'm so sorry. I was just moving back and forth with Sunil Luthra sir and then Ashish Tomar, who are the Atal people. Suman, thank you so much. It just a message away, and then you have accepted this invitation. I'm really grateful to you. Before you continue with your update, I know you have prepared a very beautiful slides for all of our audience today. Um, there was some issue and I was just trying to sort it out, but hopefully it should sort out. So I think over to you, Vanda ma'am. Please read out the profile for Suman and then we'll continue with the session.
Definitely, ma'am. I guess all the participants are eagerly waiting for Suman sir's session today. I will not take much time. Quickly, I will introduce the speaker for the day, Mr. Suman Pandit, who is a visionary leader in STEM education and innovation, currently serving as a key member of the Atal Innovation Mission at Niti Aayog, India's premier think tank. He has played a pivotal role in enhancing the impact of 10,000 Atal Tinkering Labs benefiting over 7.5 million students with the cutting edge STEM tools and entrepreneurial programs. Mr. Suman has spearheaded groundbreaking initiatives such as the ATL Marathon, ATL Tinkering Curriculum, and collaborations with global partners like UNICEF and Intel. His expertise extends to developing innovative policies, cluster based approaches, and public private partnership models to develop a culture of innovation. Prior to his tenure at Niti Aayog, Mr. Suman was as CMO, the head of application development at WITBlocks, where he revolutionized STEM education with robotics kits and gamified learning app, engaging a community of 75,000 plus young innovators. He has also a valuable experience at Byju's and an active volunteer in the product folks community. His contributions continue to inspire India's youth and professionals towards creativity and innovation. We are truly privileged to hear from you, sir, and uh, I'm sure we all will be taking away very insightful information from your session today. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, ma'am, like for the exciting introduction. Thank you very much, and good evening to each and everyone. Thanks a lot for joining on a like Saturday evening. Hope you all are interested, and like there have been many sessions going on. I've been following the agenda since the last 5 days, and today is the 6th day. Exciting sessions, broad lineup of all the speakers, like very interesting topics to be covered. I was just listening to Devika ma'am's session a while ago. Very interesting sessions, and like hope you all got to learn a lot, and it was a very enriching experience for all of you. So thanks a lot to St. Francis College, Atal Academy, and the IIC, as well as everyone at AICT for providing such an amazing opportunity as a part of the training and development program for the faculty. So, ma'am, just before I start, just wanted to confirm like how much time would I be having so that I don't exceed the time limit.
Yeah. I think you can take 15 to 20 minutes, Suman.
Okay, sure. So thank you very much, ma'am. So I'll be sharing a few slides that I prepared along with my team for, like, we were trying to experiment with the new stuff, and we thought that, like, why not share it with you all. And mostly it's the crux is about how we can imagine the future of India's innovation ecosystem and the way forward for the next few years. So I'll just share the screen, and do let me know whenever it's visible.
Sure, sir. Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay, I think it's full screen also right now. It's full screen, right?
Yes, sir, it is a full screen.
Okay. So yeah. So before I start, just before I we go ahead, just wanted to share that, like, currently a part of ATAL Innovation Mission at Niti Aayog, so which is the innovation office of the country. What we are trying to do is that we are trying to make innovation and entrepreneurship and take it to the next level across the whole country. Like, not only cities, not only villages, not only like the panchayats, it's for everyone, and we are trying to make innovation open to each and every part of the India, and how we can move higher in the global innovation address. So I'll be starting by putting a small question that we'll be focusing on in the next 15 minutes or 20 minutes. So this would be one question that you can think of towards the, like, as the session progresses, and if we have time and towards the end for the 1 or 2 minutes, you can just let us know, because I want feedback from you. You all are experts in your own fields on how, what can be one step that you think that can help elevate India's innovation ecosystem. There can be many, but what can be that one small step that can actually help to get India to the next level? And the goal would be, like, make India among the top innovative nations of the world. uh, I think you all might be knowing that about the global innovation index. I guess all of you might have heard about it. um, uh, any guesses what is the rank of India in the global innovation index? You can just mention it in the chat box. Like, the global innovation index, for a context, it's the ranking of the innovation aspects of the countries all across the world. Around 195 countries participate in it every year. What would be a wild guess about India's innovation ranking over there? Okay. I've seen 39, 80, 40, 50, 45. Okay, everyone is very, very close. The correct answer is that recently, in the last 2 months, the latest global innovation index ranking, India ranks 39th all across the world in terms of innovation. What do you think? Is it an optimum ranking that we have, or, like, can we have an increase in it, or, like, what is your view? What we felt at Atal Innovation Mission was that, like, India needs to be, like, the kind of efforts that we have been doing across the country. There have been more than a lakh startups right now, which are currently providing job opportunities to students and new employees, as well as there have been research going on. There have been patents been filed. So we're thinking India should be at least in the top 10 or top 20 among the country. And so what's holding us behind? So we try to do a few analysis about it. And this is what we try to come about, is that we just check. So we have seen that, like, in this year's the analysis of World Bank that came out is that there is a term known as middle income trap. So we'll be stressing about what middle income trap is and how that can be overcome across various countries through some examples of a few countries. So, so middle income trap, if I think of it, a very simple thing is that, like, there is a saturation level that a country reaches after there is a certain economic level, or an income level that is reached across the normal, like, the per capita GDP of a country. And the only way that a country can come out of that is through innovation. So innovation, basically, the word comes out from a Latin word, and when we actually take out the meaning of it, it means continuous renewal. Means that whatever you design, whatever you make, you need to continuously renew the aspect of it. Right? If we take an example of a vehicle, so in the earlier days, what we used to what was the most prominent mode of traveling from one place to another was the oldest thing that I can remember was using a wheel, and then that wheel we made a cart out of it. We used animals to drive the cart, so that was one renewal. After that, we actually modified it, put an engine. You might be remembering about Henry Ford making the first engine, and then how a small car came into the picture. Then slowly and steadily, the technology of cars kept on improving, right from awesome petrol vehicles to right now even electric vehicles. Now we have hydrogen fuels vehicles, we have methanol fuel vehicles running. So technology and innovation just means that it needs to continuously keep on evolving, and when it gets evolved one after the other, that time you actually see the progress, not as a country, not as a society, but as an overall ecosystem. So that's why the World Bank report of 2023 is that how we can actually escape the middle income trap. This is a common phenomenon observed not only in our country, it's actually evident worldwide. And if you have time after the session, I would recommend you to go and read that report. It's a 243-page report. It's available on the World Bank website. So what they told is that if you want to escape this middle income trap, you need a 3I strategy. You need investment, you need infusion, and you need innovation. So we'll be today focusing on the innovation aspect, on how innovation can actually help us escape the middle income trap. Investment and infusion are very, very relevant resources, and these all need to be complemented along with innovation. So when we see among the top leading nations in innovation, we see that United States of America is one of the leading aspects. So this is a small graph. I hope you all are able to see it. All people who are on mobile phones, you can just zoom in a little bit for easier access. So if you see, this graph is basically a kind of a rise that we have, in the left axis, in the y-axis, it's income per person, that's GDP. We have actually adjusted it according to the purchasing power parity, and in the in the x-axis, it's the years. So if you see, if you observe, let's observe a few countries over this. If you see United States of America, the green line that's going over here. Okay, so this has one of the highest income per person, like GDP per capita, and it has been slowly increasing through the years. Now let's see another country, that's South Korea. Just try to observe the trend of it. So this has also been increasing. Try to observe China. China is over here. Okay. Now observe India. So we are just starting on that process. Try to observe two more countries, that's Brazil and South Africa. So Brazil and South Africa, if you see, all the other countries are actually growing. Whereas if you see in terms of Brazil and South Africa, they are actually getting stagnated. So what can be the reason? If India wants to be on the right track, we need to be either in following the path that was followed by the United States, South Korea, or China. So what is that South Africa and Brazil are doing that we can actually learn from? Yeah. So what are the methods that we can actually renew ourselves in? So these are the different sectors which have been if you talk about exports that have been gradually growing across the years. So if you see, right from 1995, and if you see the year 2022, there has been a small and gradual movement of the sectors. Earlier, it used to be mostly reliant on machinery, automotive parts, pharmaceuticals, cereals, instruments. These instruments are mostly electrical and mechanical instruments. If you move towards 2022, you see the major resources that has been coming out is in the form minerals, mineral oils. And over here, if you see mineral oils, actually mineral oils, fuels and all, they contribute to more than 21%. There is machinery, there is pharmaceuticals, but there has also been a very big influence of plastics. So we as a country, if we want to innovate, if we want to build different things, we need to mostly focus on these kind of sectors. And how we can do it? There are two methods that we can do it. So, like there are like the first method that we see is that we need to create new kinds of jobs. India is one of the most growing. Actually, it is the most growing country in terms of population. So, if we have young force, we have the youngest force, labor force among all the countries that we just mentioned. So, we need to create jobs for these. So, how we create jobs, we'll have a look at it. But we need to create different kind of new kind of jobs, and we also need to create different type of products and services, because these will be the places in which the startups will be created, various companies will be created, and then it will lead to the overall increase in the economy. Now let's see what's happening to the jobs in other economies. So there is a small trend that has been seen. So whichever developed nations we see, like over here it's United States, South Korea. So we see that there is a gradual trend in which the agriculture workers are actually reducing. Like the percentage of agriculture workers in the whole economy, India stands right now at around 42%. So, but if you see, like over the years in the developed countries, the number of jobs in the agriculture sectors is getting actually reduced, and now it is even going towards single digits. If you see Brazil, South Africa, Korea, as well as USA, it's going towards that. So, where do these agricultural workers move to? So, as the year progresses, so where do these agricultural workers move to? So, if you see, there are two countries. If you see towards the left of the graph, it's mostly related to industry workers, and the right side of the graph is related to the service workers. So, if you see South Korea and China, they are mostly moving towards an industrial workers. And if you see Brazil and South Africa, they are mostly moving towards service-based economy. So, if we take a broad inference comes that like if you need a highly exponential growth, you need to have a higher focus of your workers in the industry sector rather than services. But both of them are very, very important. You need to have a mixture of both, but you need like the percentage of people in the industry workers sector needs to be increasing. So right now, towards India, we are actually towards more focus towards the service sector, but we need to more focus on the product sector. And what's happening to the people and solution in these economies? So there is a phenomena called as NEET, N-E-E-T. So like when we compare education and work-related parameters, there are two major differences. I'll just share. So NEET means not in education, employment, or training. So people or the young population of the country who are not currently in education, employment, or training. So if you see, like China has a very less percentage of these, less than actually, it's actually in single digits in the NEET category. So whereas if you see Brazil and South Africa, they have a lot of population in the not in education, employment, and training category. So we need to move gradually towards that. We need to move towards like rather than going towards Brazil and South Africa, where it's actually getting stagnated, we need to move towards the path that's followed by China and Korea. So how do we do it? So we need to create startups. We need to have a robust innovation ecosystem. So we were comparing to what India has and what one of the most developed economies of the world that US has. So India currently has one startup among 10,000 citizens. It's still very, very big because we have a population of about 1.2 crores. In USA, however, the number is very, very small. It's less than half. It's 1 in 4,000 citizens. So what we will have to do is that we need to create around 3.5 lakh startups in the future, like in the coming years. And that's not, I'm not talking about 10 years, 12 years. We need actually 3.5 lakh startups in the next 3 to 4 years itself. And that will help us create those kind of products as well as those kind of services that will actually propel like creation of jobs. And that is what we think is one of the most easiest ways to actually escape the middle income trap and we get on the like path of what we call as Viksit Bharat or developed India. So what I'll just summarize these points. What is being done? We need to do three things. We need to increase input to the ecosystem. We need inclusion. How to include? Some of the ways that we can do is that we can, right now, whatever innovation, whatever research is happening is mostly is towards the cream of the society. Like cream of the society, I mean in the terms of language. So right now, if you see most of the resources that we develop, most of the programs that we have, it's in English, right? But India has about 90% of the population who don't speak English at all. And they might not even understand English to that clearly. So there is a very large population base of India that is right now focused, that needs to have be a part of the innovation ecosystem. So we need to make this actually democratic. We need to have more vernacular languages, more like these kind of inputs we need to increase. If we think of improve the success rate, so we have around 1,000 plus incubators all across the country. So one thing that we can do is that we can really have to increase the success rate of all these incubators, and like how we can actually take from like the ratio of successful startups per incubator to a very high level. And the third is how to improve the quality of the output. Like we'll have to create jobs, we'll have to create products that are actually top level. We will have to create things if I say in terms of products, we'll have to create things that will be ready for not only for the country India, it should be ready for the world. So there's a new term that you might be hearing a lot in the startup ecosystem: make in India for the world. So the only way that we can grow is that we'll have to develop products which are not only accepted as a and domestically, it should be also accepted globally. And we need to be a leaders. And there are many new fields that are coming up related to AI, related to blockchain, there's a machine learning. So how we can actually create that kind of output that is actually, and we have the skills, we have the people, we have the resources, just that we need to just focus on to that part, and if we can move on to that. So ma'am, how much time would I have? Do we have 5 more minutes?
Yes, sir. Please continue.
Yeah. Okay. So what Atal, like I'll be just sharing a few steps what Atal Innovation Mission is doing, and I'll also try to focus all other initiatives that the government of India is doing towards realizing these goals. Since the start of 2015, when Startup India was created, in 2016 Atal Innovation Mission was created. There have been various programs. There has been the AICT has been doing amazing work with the institution innovation councils. There's been amazing work in the sector of innovation. So there has been a lot of things that have been going on, and there needs to be continuously more and more new things that we need to come out to do, because there's a lot of population, there's a lot of citizens who are waiting for these kind of initiatives, and the reach of these kind of initiatives to reach to actually go to every state of the society. So what Atal Innovation Mission is doing is that we are trying to develop different type of programs and policies for fostering innovation and entrepreneurship. So it's imagined as the umbrella body for all the innovation activities across the country. And through there have been some special programs that have been going on at various journeys of a person's life cycle. If you see, take the journey of an innovator, they first go to a school where they have Atal Tinkering Labs, where there are actually 10,000 Atal Tinkering Labs. So these are basically maker spaces wherein students are trying to build projects that like trying to learn robotics, 3D printing, a bit of coding, a bit of mechanics, and like they're trying to implement project-based learning out of it. So right now, around 7.5 million students are using it, and around 11 lakh projects have been already created. So once these students from school, these are mostly for students age 6, from the grade 6 to 12. So when they move towards colleges, they have incubation centers. So across the country, we have more than 1,000 incubation centers developed, out of which 68, right now the number has risen to 100, are a part of, are built by Atal Innovation Mission, where have been 2,700 plus startups created, and 30% of these are women-led. So these incubation centers are mostly in tier 1 cities of the country. So for the grassroots innovations, there has been development of community innovation centers. There are 14 community innovation centers who are basically focused on sustainable development goals, on different type of um, like empowering the community innovator fellows and different type of activities that will be solving the problems of their own region. So not much focus on the profit, but actually solving problems of the community. Then there are inter-ministerial challenges run. So through the New India Challenge, there have been more than 40 challenges that have been run with collaboration with different ministries, Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Agriculture, and others, in which they have been like funded about 1 crore per startup to take their product from level 1 to level 100. Then there have been Mentor India programs. There is it's a voluntary initiative for all the people who are a part of the academia, a part of industry, who are trying to mentor all these startups, all these schools, all these incubation centers at the ground level. And a new program that has been started, the Vernacular Innovation Program, where innovation is being tried to make accessible in 22 official languages of the country. So apart from these, if you see, there have been many other programs going on about from the government of India. There is, you may be hearing about Bionest, you have been hearing about DSP Nidhi. Through Startup India Seed Fund, many new startups are getting supported. So overall, if you see, the focus of the government is towards a lot more creation of the innovation ecosystem as a whole. So and in this journey, what happens is that like it we'll be seeing to like we'll be observing like right now, and when we see from the back end, we are observing small kind of trends in which we can, like, if I just show a few trends, like what we have been seeing in the, like, from the school innovation system, we have been seeing some success stories. Like right now we have more than 500 patents which are developed by school students. So there have been various institution innovation centers I've just mentioned who are also supporting the ATAL Tinkering Labs, in which the IPR cell of the institution is collaborating with the schools to help them take a patent out of their project. Then there have been students, like if you see in the middle over here, there have been students who have been building a satellite. So there was a program in which the Azadi Sat 2, a small satellite and a payload, was released into the space, which was built only by girl students from 100 schools across the country. Then there have been many opportunities for the people in which they are getting fellowships all across the country, not only in Indian institutions but also overall in the in institutions renowned globally. So yeah, so that actually brings me towards the end of the session. Like, I'll pause over here and I'll just ask you, like, these have been some of the things that we have been doing as a part of government. What else that you can think of to elevate India's innovation ecosystem and make us rise from the 39th position in the Global Innovation Index to a higher one? So that would be it from my topic. Like, I hope I was able to do justice within the limited time provided, and like I'll be open to ideas and suggestions from all the esteemed faculty, esteemed scholars, esteemed like professors who have been a part of this session. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Again, another wonderful session, and I'm sure most of us, I mean, all of us, in fact, have got very vital information with regards to the government initiatives here. I would request participants to post if any queries are there related to the session now. The chat box will be open for you.
So in the
Participants,
interest of,
please post your
yes, ma'am.
queries.
I think, yeah. So as Suman is already here, and I would be more than happy to, because we are working with the ATAL Tinkering Labs schools, being the part of IIC, and we are doing the mentoring for them. So, what are the two, three key aspects? What do you think? Because you have been involved quite in depth in this. What should be we focusing, being the IIC and being the Atal Tinkering Lab? So, what should be the focus now on?
Sure. Thanks a lot, ma'am. Like to bring about that. One important thing that we like the IIC initiative for others who have been who don't might not be knowing. I'll just share a bit about it. What the collaboration is. So there have been institution innovation councils across the country, actually in every AICT affiliated college, and they have been empowering the innovation activities in their institution as well as neighboring regions through the ATL and the IIC initiative. What has been the goal has been to actually link the school to higher education. So that was a basic crux when we were designing the scheme, and we were thinking like the main problem that is being faced by all the teachers, the schools, is that they are school teachers. They teach science, they teach mathematics, they teach physics, chemistry, biology. But when it comes to innovation, when it comes to, let's say, electronics, when it comes to Arduino, when it comes to Raspberry Pi, or maybe 3D printing, it gets very difficult for the teachers and the school teachers to actually mentor the students and provide guidance to the students. So there have been various training resources developed for them, but still, if they feel that if we have an engineer, a student, a professor from a higher education institute, if they can help in the learning aspect of it, it would be very helpful. So that was the reason why IICs and ATLs were linked. And what IICs are doing with ATLs is phenomenal. Like we have seen, like colleges and institutions all across the country. So every IIC is actually mapped to around minimum of 5 Atal Tinkering Labs in their region. So based on the geographical vicinity. And the main purpose of the linkage is that how we can connect the schools to the higher education institutes so that they can leverage the best resources from that. What the major thing that the ISEs are doing, and they're actually doing it very well right now. How it can be boosted further is that like how we can have a direct engagement among the teachers and the students, like how there can be continuous trainings, there can be continuous exposure visits, because what students are building, they're building projects in the labs. These are small prototypes, but how we can like connect them to a little bit to the higher education institutes labs, how we can show them that these are the actual products that you need to giving them a higher benchmark, how they can actually take on to the industrial visits, how they can actually like the major problem is that is faced by the students is about patents. They create the projects, but how to go about patents, and schools, frankly, to be honest, like have very limited resources in this regard. So if we can just connect the IPR cell to them, just have a few awareness sessions, and once the awareness sessions are conducted, we see that students that they have a lot of doubts. They are very curious. They are young kids. They have a lot of doubts, and they keep on asking questions, and we can just mentor them and guide them through the journey. That would be amazing.
Sure. So that's quite helpful, Suman. And I'm sure because today it's just the last session and the last moments of this Atal FDP 6 days. It was like a, marathon. We were doing the Atal FDP marathon, and thank you so much for enlightening about the Atal Innovation Mission. Probably I'll be getting in touch with you maybe right after this, maybe about how to apply for the Atal Innovation Centers and how can we establish them, because that's quite a process. And I think being all of the participants are here, I'm sure they will be also be looking forward to learn more about this. So from my side, thank you so much to you that you have made an attempt to come on time. I know we just let you waited. So sorry about it, but there's a technological issues. So, but we were able to make it. So thank you so much, Suman, for
Thank
with
you very
us.
much, ma'am.
And
It was an
look forward to
amazing. It
more
was pleasure
collaborations.
for me to interact with everyone. Thanks a lot. I hope it was a little bit useful for you, and I'm available online, like on LinkedIn or email. So any thing that's needed, any support that needed, we are here always for you. So please
Sure.
feel free to connect. And thanks a lot to St. Francis College, Atal Academy, and
Yeah.
IIT, and for
Thank you
this
so much.
excellent
I'll be
initiative.
sharing your details with all the
No, ma'am,
participants.
please, please.
In need. I'm sure they'll be approaching you. Knowing you, you're a young professional. We can see that. So that's so good of you. So thank you so
Thank you
much
very much.
again. All right, so we are at the last, and I know there is a kind of panic happening across about the assessment. So participants not to worry. That the assessment was scheduled at 7:30. I could see some of you are able to see, some of you are still not able to log in, and some of you have forgotten your passwords. So I would suggest let me revert back to you, and maybe we can reschedule maybe within 24 hours. So let me revert back to you. Don't try to attempt your test now, because unless if you attempt also, again it will revert back. So my announcement for all of you, whoever is there with us, I can see almost 200 plus participants. Kindly don't attempt the exam now. It is already active. Vanda ma'am, I think you were able to see the exam. It is showing some sort of message, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I did not click on the link. We are
Yeah,
waiting
yeah,
for the
please
further
do not,
instructions.
because the moment you click, that means you are bound to click within 1 hour. So I'm making an announcement. Kindly wait for my instruction. Then only you please attempt the exam for the ATAL FDP. Okay, so now we are at the verge of closing. Being the coordinator, I really feel so proud that we have made an attempt to connect with each other, and we have been sharing our perspective about the entire ATAL FDP, about the driving innovation for sustainable growth, urban growth, and then we talked about smart cities, mobilities, logistics, and everything else. So I'm hoping that all of you now, at least for some more time, you will be thinking about the smart cities and the mobility. And I really wanted to thank all the speakers, national or international, because back to back we had almost 15 to 16 sessions during these 6 days. And you are, whoever is able to make it for the session throughout the 6 days or 1 day or 2 days, whatever best you could do, I would participants, because this is not so easy. Without your participation, being a coordinator, we also cannot do anything, because we also tends to be there. I'm very, very happy that almost close to 310 participants have registered for this FDP, and I'm very, very glad and proud to share this with all, that 310 participants across India have joined this FDP, and I'm happy that that much of knowledge sharing has happened, and with the 16 experts across, whether it's a government based or from the international or from academia or the industry, we had all full-fledged experts were there. So thank you so much again. And on behalf of St. Francis College Management, and on behalf of me, Dr. Pankaj A. Tiwari, the coordinator for the ATAL FDP, and also from Mr. Karthik P., who is a vice principal of St. Francis College and also the co-coordinator for this ATAL FDP. We are thankful to all of you to spend time with us. So our duty was to so that you make a lot of out of it, not to worry about the assessment. I will revert back to you because I can see there is some technological issues are going on with the ATAL portal. I have informed the concerned people. So just give me some time. We will require, if it is required, I will reschedule the exam, because it was supposed to happen at 7:30 today, and that is the reason I was holding all of you. So not to worry, and I'll be informing on about it. So as the last few more, if anybody wants to give a final reflection, we are more than happy to hear you out.
Participants, if anybody wants to share the reflections, you can unmute yourselves.
Good evening, ma'am. Uh, First of all, congratulations all the organizers, and especially Pankaj ma'am and Karthik sir, to have very insightful sessions for all these 6 days, including the valedictory function. Like, you all have planned well, and the way you all chose the speakers, it was commendable. We really will look forward in future to have more this kind of program from St. Francis College. And we are overwhelmed, and also like the patience you all kept, when we were texting you late night that we are facing this problem, that problem, how you dealt with that. And we are sorry we were disturbing you all, like we are facing these problems, how to sort it out. But overall, these FDP went on very well, and all credits go to all of you. The way you all have organized, synchronized, and the speakers were so nice. All the presentations were so good, and thank you so much for sharing the PPTs also, because sometimes when we were doing, sometimes internet disruption, something was coming, and if we are not able to see properly, so all these helped us a lot. So thank you so much for this kind of FDP, and once again, congratulations and thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. We call upon Preeti ma'am to share her reflections.
I think it was Preeti, ma'am.
Actually, this was Preeti only. Thank
Okay,
you.
yeah,
Okay.
actually, yeah, that's
Oh,
what I
yeah.
was about to
Thank you,
say.
ma'am.
Good
Thank
evening,
you.
ma'am.
Kumar sir.
Yeah, Raja sir is there, I believe. Raja Kumar sir.
Raj Kumar sir.
Good evening. Good evening, madam. Past 6 days, we are run through all the whatever we are planning on that we are successfully are completed, madam. Thank you for your wonderful coordination and all of things. Thank you from the participation side, madam. Very much thank you, madam. Once again, if any FTP regarding other than the ATAL, you can just share it in our group, madam. We are eager to waiting for other conference like that, madam. Thank you, madam, once again.
Sure, sir. Thank you. Subbalakshmi ma'am.
Thank you, Raja Kumar
Yes,
sir.
ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
please
ma'am.
go ahead, ma'am.
Congrats for the team. Yes, congrats for the team, and it's a great pleasure to be with you all during this FTP. And in my college, I belong to this innovation council. It was a really inspiring FDP for me to proceed with all these things. And I believe in implementation of all the schemes and all those, and work with semi-urban people. So it's were very useful for me to real-time working. So it's a nice FTP. Thank you for it. Thank you.
Good evening, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
I'm president of Incubation Center, and past 3 years I'm working with IIC. And really today we got an enhancement and a large session on 3 days, smart cities and ecosystem startups. Now we all faculty has to gear up to encourage the students regarding innovation and startups. That is what in our college I have introduced idea of the month. Whether the idea may be new or not, but we have to nurture the students in terms of idea innovation. If any of the faculty, any colleges and or you need any mentoring support or regarding IICs and all, I am ready to help you out. And especially ma'am Tiwari ma'am, you are no so patiently whenever I'll send message night and all, I couldn't able to log in. Literally, she was outside and immediately she replied, "No, awesome your patience and all your team, and really hats off to the St. Francis College. Well done, well done. It's really a good applause from our side. So thank you for your support and."
Sure, ma'am. Thank you so much. So I tried my best of my possibilities that I will be able to respond to many of you because I can see so many individual messages to me. I think we are good for now. Participants, I will keep you informed about the new schedule for the online assessment because I can see it is not working still with many of you. So I'm raising the same with the director of ATAL Academy and kindly.
Pankaj ma'am, sorry to interrupt you,
Yeah,
ma'am. I
Dr.
would
Anita
like to
is
say
online.
something to regarding this
Yes,
FTP,
ma'am, Anita,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Only 2-3 minutes I will take just to wind up. I'll just take only 2-3 minutes. I know it's a too long session since 2 p.m. and it's very difficult to listen the replications. But yes, thank you so much, ma'am, for organizing a very wonderful session and arranging keynote speakers. I really enjoyed the sessions even after last tired day. But I arranged my timetable according to that. I must join all the sessions. I listen. Though my research area is infrastructure, and according to Previously, I was having a mindset that smart city including only infrastructure. But in this session in the FDP, I came to know that logistics, smart city, cyber security, community build, all these things, happy index, all these things comes under the smart city. And today's ma'am was taking the session. After that, I came to know that not only the physical infrastructure, but the social infrastructure, emotional intelligence, all these things comes under smart city. If you're happy, then we can say, yes, this is smart city. And ma'am, one more important thing I would like to say, uh, throughout the sessions last 7 days, you are handling all the technical glitch and all these things very calm and composed mode. And we have seen the continuously smiling faces throughout the sessions. I would like to compliment you, ma'am. Thank you so much to give us so inspirational lectures and very beautifully arranged all the sections. Thanks to you, thanks to Vanna ma'am, Karthik and all the team members who have organized very well, very well.
रिफ्लेक्शन देने पहुंच जाती है ऑनलाइन.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Once
Hello.
again, Pankaj ma'am, thank you
Yeah,
so
I
much.
can see Priyadarshini. Thank you, Anisha ma'am. I can see Priyadarshini ma'am. You want to reflect?
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello. I'm Lakshmi Devi from St. Joseph Degree College.
Yes, please, ma'am. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much, madam, for conducting such a wonderful FDP. Actually, ours is a degree college. We will encourage the students by having such type of the sessions, and we will inspire by having such type of the sessions. So definitely, we will encourage the students towards the startup. Thank you so much, madam, for organizing such a wonderful session. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, Lakshmi ma'am. Thank you so much. Priyadarshini ma'am, you want to? We'll take the last reflection. Priyadarshini ma'am. I think she's been muted. Ma'am, Priyadarshini ma'am is on mute.
She can speak, ma'am. She can unmute and speak.
I can see someone has raised. Is it 10x? Is that Ravi?
Madam, good evening. This is Professor Ganesh from Chennai.
Yes, sir. We can't see you.
I think video is not coming.
Kindly adjust your
Yes, madam. One
camera
minute.
so yes. Sir, continue. No problem. As we'll be closing, so we will take up.
Yes, madam. Yes, madam. Jai Ganesh, sir.
Is that Ganeshan, sir?
Yes, madam. Actually, I
Yes, sir.
joined with
Please go
the
ahead.
that's one day with the phone and another with the big screen with the system. That's why it was 10x. Now only I come to know this is mine. I'm really happy that you have done a wonderful job by calling the right persons for the all sessions. I'm really happy because some of the cases we try our best, but sometimes they may not be available or they may not participate fully. But all your experts has participated fully and they have given very insight into the problem and its solutions very nicely they presented. I'm really happy. But only one thing I as the administrator, some of the sessions I am on the way the car I have listened, but I have to go again one more time with the video that we were sharing. I'm really happy for arranging all these things. I'm really happy. Thanks for all this. Very long back,
Thank
I'm
you so
attending
much.
the FTV.
Sure, sir. So
Almost
thank you.
15 years after that, I am attending the session now.
Oh, so glad to know that, sir. So thank you so much. As we are closing, I will do one thing. Let me first work on the online assessment because that is something important for all of us. So let me revert back to all of you. And in the meantime, we will also be working on the recording because all the sessions have been recorded. Till now, we are recording. So once the recordings are available, we will be sharing the links with all of you. I have already shared the PPTs and the notes till yesterday's session. So today's session also once I'll receive, because see what happens is sometimes the speakers may not give us the consent to share with all of you. That is the reason sometimes delays happen. So kindly understand. So whichever the PPTs and notes are coming to us, with their consent, that only we are able to share with you. Okay, but the recordings definitely will be first working on that, and we'll be sharing the links. With that, thank you so much, and I want to say goodbye for now. We'll connect soon.
And ma'am,
Anna ma'am, I
just
think.
not to forget,